Well, now, this is quite the little upgrade for Lion's Arch, don't you think? To be fair, you either like it or you don't. The aquarium look to things. This was updated just yesterday, so this is brand new. A lot of people are looking around. It's interesting, most of the waypoints in the points of interest in the, what are those things called? The vistas. They're all pretty much in the same locations. Well, there's a few that have just, or if they've I already completed the Lion's Arch, everything you can do in here, before this was upgraded, long before this was upgraded. And so I didn't have to redo anything. The locations of things have been changed. For example, there used to be a marketplace right here in the, well, actually not the Cavern Waypoint. You used to have to go here, to the Far Shore Waypoint, and there was a whole market here, and you could do crafting, all kinds of things. That no longer exists. It's just barren rock, and there's some random NPCs and blah blah blah. Whatever. What's this? I have no idea what's that. How do you? Okay. All right. So there's that. And then there used to be a market, or little, not a mini market, but there used to be, there used to be one here, and then you'd have a banker and some stuff here. And then down here there was another marketplace and blah blah blah. Fort Mariner. Lo and behold, you can actually get to the Fort Mariner waypoint now. They fixed that, so yay. So there's actually quite a few. I mean, just this whole area was just a rack of ships, and to be fair, I like the look of the old. I'll just say right now, I like the look of the old Lion's Arch. Obviously, it was in a state of disrepair. Kind of like, okay, it's in a state of disrepair, not because they weren't trying anything, but just it's old, it's traditional, and blah blah blah. It was kind of that feeling, just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I like the look of the new Lion's Arch. This is actually a ship port right here. You have ships. You can see one right there is a ship docking, and then this is actually the dock. The arms are docked, and it looks pretty freaking amazing. But I'm not here to, and they've consolidated some stuff. It looks great. I mean, whatever it is they've done, it looks great. I will say this, though, just because apparently this is going to be my thing. I'm not sure why. In terms of jumping puzzles, the jumping puzzles, two of them, there are three total in Lion's Arch. There's the one I'm going to be showing you. Let's see, where's the second one? The second one is a little waterfall. Crap, where is it? Crap, here it is. There's a second waterfall back in here. No, I'm sorry. The second jumping puzzle, this is actually a small-scale jumping one. Nothing difficult right there. Maybe I'll review it. So there's one here. There's the one I'm going to be doing, which is down here. And then the third one, this looks completely different, so it's difficult to say, oh yeah, sorry. I think it started here originally. You had to jump down a really narrow tube. It started underwater, and then you had to go through some real complicated corridors and stuff like that. It was real frustrating. You ended up on a precipice somewhere, over here, whatever it is. That puzzle is gone. I want to say it's like Troll's Revenge or something like that. Whatever the captions say right now. But the new jumping puzzle is actually here. There's a series of ledges that you jump across, and then you go up across this whole thing, and it's really convoluted thing, and it's one of those puzzles that doesn't have any, I'll say, breathing areas, or if you've passed this point, you don't have to start all over again moments. This is literally one of, and it also has a couple of fall to your death moments, which is unusual but not unheard of. So yeah, know that the new jumping puzzle in Lion's Arch, it's still called Troll's Revenge. It's just they've moved it to a different location, and you do completely different things. So, I'll be honest, I've attempted it several times. It's pretty damn frustrating. There's a lot of, you have to climb wires, and you have to climb these triangle things, and there's a lot of really, really narrow areas. And it's not immediately obvious where you're supposed to go. The way I figured out most of it is you just have to follow where other people are going right now. So, yeah. And like I said, that's just in the last day or so. This updated yesterday. But anyways, I want to talk to you about it's one of the older ones, and it's called Weyandt's Revenge. So basically, you want to go to the Far Shore Waypoint, which, and by the way, this region has changed as well. They actually have some crops up here now. But the point of it is you have to go towards the windmill over here. That is still the same. Let's see, I'm going to put you away. Data dog? Seriously? Data dog. Alright. Now, believe it or not, this actually isn't the start of the jumping puzzle. This is actually how you get to the vista that leads you to the jumping puzzle. So basically everybody has to go this way in order to make this work. And it's the purpose to get to this vista right here. It's hard to see, just look down and you'll kind of worm your way through. Sorry, my spacebar's not behaving today. There we go. And I'll do this just for the sake of... Yeah! I want to say this is one of the very few vistas that actually points out the beginning of a jumping puzzle. So, yes, there it is. And, you know, at this point, you can... I'm under the impression this is kind of for beginner jumpers, or jumping puzzle enthusiasts. You go down here, and they make a point of, you know, actually going out of their way to point out, yes, this is, you know, I wonder where you want to go. Because vistas, you know, they usually point out where it is you're supposed to go next, or maybe where you've already been. So this one's kind of not so subtle. It's like, why are you highlighting a bunch of looks like a mouth? Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, don't go in there! So, yeah. This is one of the few vistas that actually points out a jumping puzzle. This is not required for exploring Lion's Arch, but it is interesting to note. For me, I am lucky, and this is always useful. If you're ever going to do a jumping puzzle where you have to fall from great heights, this is always a good thing to have on you. I have to remember where it is. Is this it? Here it is. Okay, the top one there, soften the fall. Creates muddy terrain when you're taking falling damage. Now, I already did this with the Obsidian Sanctum jumping puzzle, which is in the World versus World region. And this is always a useful thing to have. If you're going to do jumping puzzles and you have to fall great distances, always get that reduced damage thing. And again, I'll say it again, it doesn't matter what it's called, it's the effect that it does. Although I'm not quite sure what this muddy terrain thing is, so whatever. But anyways, those things are always good to have. Oh yeah, by the way, they completely rearranged the build. So now you've got the weapon skills are in a different location. Used to be on the side here. Here's your slot skills, and here are your traits. And it looks different, but they behave more or less the same. I also understand they did a minor rebalance of things, so just be aware of that. Now in this case, this one, honestly, I'm not certain what's the best way to go. I try to curve to the left. There are some places where if you fall, you'll take heavy damage. You can actually die in this first section here, so I think I'll be a little more cautious this time. You can see that's what mine looks like when I do reduce damage thing. Oh, shut up. Styracosaurus. No, it's not. It's a dragon. No, it's a giant iguana. Or something like that. Okay, anyways, you make yourself to this little ledge here. I don't think there's anything back there, so... Make note, the color of these torches. There are no enemies that you have to fight in here, by the way, so...
this way, if you want to escape without your fingers and toes.
Now, you could follow this guy. And I know where he goes. He actually goes to a dead end.
This ain't right. This ain't the way it rolls. Now remember this dead end. For soon he may be dead. And at your end.
This ghost is a bit of a troll. This is really the only time where he leads you in the wrong direction. Going the other way, it's pretty much the same thing. So, whatever. What you want to look for is these little arrow things. These point you in the true direction. And when you see, he's going to lead you off in the opposite direction now. He's a bit of a troll. So, yeah. But this is the only time where he, like, intentionally leads you off the wrong path. The trick is to follow these little chevrons, these arrows. Now, even though there's an arrow, there's a blocked area here. What you do is you just walk through it.
Are your legs tired yet?
Actually, turns out it's a hologram. So, yeah, because apparently they have holograms in Swords and Sorcery arrows.
Look, it's me first mate, Shane. Say hi, Shane. Oh, you're still with me, eh?
In this part, if you fall, you'll just end up in the lake down there. And by the way, this is the path that we just took. Oops, this way. So we're just twisting around here. We're curving around there, so whatever. So if you fall at this point, you'll have to start all over. So you won't have to deal with the mouth in the rock thing again. You won't have to deal with that. But just you will have to start this area again. It's actually pretty generous to you, that big ramp area right there. So. Get up there. A little worried, are we? Yeah.
We must follow the directions exactly. Now, slowly forward.
Ah, what a troll. Okay. You do actually have to be careful in this area. I don't know how well the resolution is going to turn out at 480p, but as it turns out, there's a bunch of spikes that come out of the walls. You got to be really careful. These can kill you. They'll bleed you a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to intentionally walk into one. Yeah, see, they knock you over and they bleed you for a couple seconds. So you will take actual damage, okay? And they come out from the ceilings and both sides of the wall. This area is not too bad if you stay specifically... Where are you? Okay. If you stay specifically in the middle, or the other thing you can do, you can time it so that when the first one raises up, let's see, raises like this. Oh, that might have been a little dumb of me. You can run it, I mean, you can run it or walk it, and be careful, it usually gets really dark. Oh, that reminds me. If you have a torch, in this area, unfortunately, it doesn't work very well. I don't know why. Let's see. Even if you do area of attack. Now, my ranger comes with a torch, so I can do an area of effect, but... Oh, wait, no, I did the wrong one. That's why. There we go. See? Yeah. I think you have to... And be advised, not only are there spikes right here, but they're also along this wall as well. So, be aware. I should just leave this out in case it decides to activate again. So again... There we go. Now it activated. Yay. There we go. If you go too far, there's more torch, or there's more spikes right there. So you actually can, if you have your torch put away, you may not notice it. You'll walk right into it. So usually if you're following a wall, you want to walk up against it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's the end of the path. Now you can turn. Well, in this case, you don't want to do that because, well, look what's right here. So yes, you turn to the left. There's more spikes here, here, and here. Again, jump directly in the middle.
Oh, jump! Bet you didn't see that one coming, eh?
He says that whether you get hit or not. this one throws me off right here. Pull that back out. You can see there's the edge of the wall right there. There's actually more spikes right here. So if you just keep going, you're going to get hit. I will demonstrate. Boom. So yes, that is an issue. I've heard some people say you can actually fall on this and die. I'm not sure.
Nothing can bring me down.
See, I was not in the middle.
Right through the gizzard. Remember me to drink that.
Ideal.
Now, wait, where are you? Oh, I see. You're through. I knew you could make it on your own.
As I just demonstrated there correctly, if you wait for the first ones to drop, then you can just see there's a wave effect. So you just wait for the first one, the first row of spikes to lift up, and then just charge in right away, and you'll be fine. And you can do that for the 3 previous areas that I just demonstrated. Some of those I intentionally walked into, some of them not so intentionally, but yes. This one's a little deceptive. If you're like into jumping puzzles, you're like, oh, okay, I need to jump up here, or I need to jump on these pedestals. Turns out that's not the case. It's a bit of a troll effect. You actually just want to jump down here. So yeah. Now this one concerns me a little. You can actually just walk across. That's a little deceptive. It's a little scary the first time. Just go from there to there. Done.
Your survival is subject to me. Let's see you outsmart that captain.
So this is an interesting place. Well, this looks pretty easy. I'm glad I can see where I'm going. Well, funny thing about that. You notice even though my torch got put away, and I throw down flames, I think it's intentional in this particular puzzle. They chose to disable the AoE torch effects. But that can be a really big issue. Now, there is a bit of a cheat. You can do it, and I'm actually going to turn my melee mode off, and I'm going to use this because it turns out I actually have this is a really big cheat. It's not illegal by any stretch, it's not, breaking the game or anything like that, but you can do a little bit of a cheat. If you have an area of effect weapon, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if it's a weapon that you don't like using, doesn't matter. You want to use it as radar. So you're going to set it up kind of just generally just ahead of your character. Hold down your right mouse button and then go for it. And you can kind of use it to kind of like a bat's radar. You can kind of use it as a radar. You can see what's going on. So you can see there's a little ledge just ahead of me. So it's not much, and that light only goes for 1 or 2 seconds. It's really annoying. You can jump just according to the lights, but it'll take you a really, really long time. So doing this little radar cheat thing. Now remember, you're just prepping the AoE. You're not actually firing it, because if you fire it, your reticule disappears, and you gotta wait for the whole darn thing to do it all over again, because you can't activate the skill. So yeah, that's not what you want to do. You want to prepare the AoE, but you don't want to actually activate it. Okay, so moving on. This is a tremendous advantage. If you fall at any point in here, you'll have to start all over again, and you'll actually have to end up... Oh, why? I don't know why I did that, sorry. If you fall, you'll have to work your way back up here, and again, it's not immediately obvious where you have to go. If you do fall, or if you intentionally jump off, there's a torch right here. Now, here's the weird thing. the torches have a tendency to disappear. And these torches are actually the same as the ones in the Obsidian Sanctum puzzle that I previously recorded. And you can't get back. Oh, wait, can you? I don't think so. Yeah, you can't pick them up again. So either there's a time limit on. I'm under the impression you have to just kind of keep using it over and over and over. Let's see. Can I? Oh, there it is. Okay, so it has some reset time. You see, I'm not quite certain about the light effects. That's supposed to light the area around you. So is this. But for whatever reason, it's not. It's just kind of showing you where a ledge is. So the AoE thing, if you don't typically have a weapon or a skill that has an AoE effect, or if you don't use a weapon, if you traditionally don't use a weapon, let's see, where is it? If you traditionally don't use a weapon, I try to keep a list of all the weapons. Even though I don't use these on a regular basis, I still hang on to them. Even if you don't use these extra weapons, it's good in this particular puzzle to have an AoE attack available to you. So I'm going to throw these away just because they don't seem to be behaving, and I'm going to go back to this.
A good captain can sail in the blackest of nights.
Now the torch is off to my right again. This one, you can go to the left. Sometimes I just go straight through. It doesn't really matter on this. There's a ledge right above you, so I actually find it's actually better to point your camera down as opposed to going back, because it's like, how do you judge? You want to judge right there, but of course it's blocked. And I'm going to put you away because I don't need you. And that's it. That's it for the difficult part. Yay, victory volley. Now, you have three choices. Two of them, you fall to your death. One of them, you succeed. Remember those torches I was telling you about earlier? You know, I wonder if those are a clue to anything. Now, of course, there are torches all over the place, so whatever. But that being said, you want to go to the right. And just fall straight down. I should have demonstrated what happens if you fall the other way. Well, if you fall the other way, you end up here. Let's see, get your camera back a little. You fall to your death, and it's just fall damage. It's not that, even though it shows spikes here. I don't know why, but no, it's just straight fall damage. So, and even if you have that fall reduction trait in place, doesn't matter. It'll still kill you. It's a guaranteed death. So yeah. And here he is.
He may have found the treasure, but he'll never escape this chamber to spend it. On a deck of cards, starvation takes a while.
You don't have to talk to him, but, you know, whatever. And here's your reward. Whole bunch of stuff over here. Now, this is a low-level area. Lion's Arch is very obviously low-level areas. So most of these are... Oh, wrong button. Oh, yeah, I can just show... There it is, right there. So we came in from there. We traveled up in through here. And we circled through this whole thing. And we ended up here. So, yes. But in terms of inventory stuff you get Mysterious Grubby Package, which, I'll be honest, I gotta ask, do these do anything useful? Because it's the only thing I get out of those grubby packages. So anyways, know that that's there. 6 Imperial, I suppose, fragments, an opal crystal, a chrysocolla crystal, It's interesting. I prefer Pepsi. And clerics reinforced scale coat of scavenging at level 80. Now I'm level 80. I have a level 80 character, so ooh. Let's see, is that Warhorn? Is that actually good for me? 671? Nowhere near. Okay. So yes, those are your rewards. Now, he's right. You know, you may have found the treasure, you may have got to the treasure, but how on earth are you going to get out? Well, you definitely can't come out the way you came in. You can't go out the way you came in. That's some good English you got going there, Ava. Oh, which way are you going to go? Well, by the way, take a moment to look up. You know, pay credit to the artists who created this game. Looking up, like we're so concentrated on kind of what's in front of us, you might want to look up once in a while. Now, this is not the best example, obviously, but you know, look up once in a while in this game because it is kind of worth it.
She'd go serving up biscuits all around town while I was at sea. And there was me Heather. Oh, sweet Heather. Blown over.
Even in death, he's a troll. This one you don't have to do either. This is kind of a bonus thing.
Hello.
And this is all karma reward here. And they are all, I believe, yeah, these are all level 40. So there's one of every weapon here available. You can buy as many as you want to, assuming, of course, you've got the karma to spend. So, yes, here they are, and they each do a thing, and they each have some stuff attached to it. Major Sigil of Force, plus 3% damage, blah, 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 blah. And I think these do have their own skins. Let's see. Yeah, these all have their own individual skins. So
What can I do for you?
you don't have to buy from him, but just know that it's there. So, whatever.
Talk to you
I
later.
don't know what the resale value on them is either, so... So that's it for, was it Weydandt's Revenge? As opposed to Troll's Revenge, which was completely redesigned, or The Troll's Way, or something like that. To get out, you go this way. No diving goggles, of course. And so that's it for, was that Weydandt's Revenge? Weydandt's, I don't know how you say that. But you start over there. Actually, no, you don't. You actually start, where do you start? This is where we ended up. You start here. Wait, what? Is that right? I'm confused. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. You start over here at the, what's that called? That's not a lighthouse, that's a windmill. You start at the windmill, and you have to work your way, again, you have to find this vista. I mean, whether you want to do the jumping puzzle or not, you still have to find this vista in Lion's Arch, so, you know, you might be confused the first time you come in. Oh, how do you get to it? Well, I just showed you how you get to it. But eventually you end up in here, the Shark Maw Caverns. And so with that, this is AV Unit 4A saying thanks for tuning in.